Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
It's the agents of Wintermaw.
That is Pete's new patented way of saying
Wintermaw is coming.
new week, new Underworlds box. They're like buses.
They are.
You wait for several months for a new one to come out and then you get 3 along at once. But anyway, we've got the Wintermaw box, new core set.
Yep.
So the first big question, I suppose, is do you need it?
Do you need to buy this box? And the answer is, for anybody who's not really that sure, is you don't really need to, because the rules haven't really changed that much.
If you want to, buy it.
Yeah.
If you want to get into Underworlds, arguably I'd say that Death Gorge is probably the best box to buy at the moment, and Death Gorge will probably be cycling out soon, so you might want to get hold of that whilst you can.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the Warbands, but certainly the Rivals decks in the Death Gorge box are a little bit easier to use than the Rivals decks in this box.
The Warbands themselves are fairly straightforward, at least the Skinnikin are. The Ghouls are pretty straightforward, but the other guys, the Brethren of the Bolt, are a little bit more complex as well.
Yes, there's like a basic rule of inspiration in the game, and it turns it on the head.
It completely does the opposite straight away.
So that is a completely different thing. I mean, it's fairly self-explanatory what you have to do, but it does completely turn on its head. So again, that makes it perhaps not the best place to start the game.
Yep.
From a modelling point of view, I like the idea behind them, but I think the models are, ironically for people who are controlled by electricity, rather static.
Hey, I feel like there could have been more lightning bolts coming off them.
But they just almost look like they're just literally just standing there waiting to be hit by lightning. Which I suppose maybe they're out playing golf.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, so they're not great. I quite like the sort of shambolic,
The flesh-eater quartz, yeah,
of them.
They've got the big bat thing there,
Yeah,
which is a bit more
pretty
dynamic,
cool.
which is quite cool. But overall, 2 average warbands, I think. But
Yeah.
as always with these things, it's a matter of taste. Some people will love them and some people hate
Well,
them.
exactly. I just felt that the ones from Death Gorge are a little bit more dynamic.
Yeah.
And Zandaras, which is the previous warband that we got released, they had really lovely models. Although ironically, 3 of them are just kind of standing there, but the other 2 models were just really lovely. So I would only give them a sort of 7 out of 10 compared with
7 lightning bolts out of 10.
Yeah.
I think the Ghouls, they get maybe 8 or 9 haunches out of 10 because they've got a lot going for them. I think they could be good fun.
So as I said, the Rivals decks that you get in the box, so they're not the ones that go with the warbands. They are a little bit more complicated. They I would say, if you're brand new to the game, you're trying to play with those, and you're playing somebody who knows what they're doing, you'll probably get taken apart because I think they require a bit of finesse and a bit of understanding of how the game pitches together. So again, that kind of makes me think maybe Death Gorge is the best place to start, or possibly if you can still get it the Underworld starter set with the Fast Riders and the Skeletons.
Yeah, I think the Ghouls, again, because they're quite straightforward and just stabby choppy, they might not actually benefit from the 2 decks in this box as much as some of the previous ones, like Breakneck Slaughter and from some of the others. Everything else you get in this box is as usual. You get the boards, you get the tokens, you get the dice, you get the rule book, but you don't necessarily need to get this to get the rules because they always put it online in a PDF format. So if you have a previous version of the game and you're looking at this thinking, I don't really want it, you don't have to buy it.
There's very few rules changes, which we have done a little video covering that, but there's very few rules changes from the previous season, which is good. Pete, you mentioned the dice. The dice, actually, I really quite like the colours of the dice. Yeah. They're lovely blues and purples and greys. They all go very nice complementarily together, and as you pointed out, Pete, the purple dice are really, magic dice are really in your face.
They are.
And nice.
The general artwork we've discussed before about the fact that we find that it's a bit more matte, but it's more pleasing to the eye than previous releases we've found.
Quite like the tokens. They're just not quite as shiny, and the backs of them the objective tokens,
frog
they're
thing.
like a little face.
Yeah. Generally, that's it. If you've had previous versions of this game, there's not a lot new in here going on, apart from obviously new warbands, new rivals decks. And if you're brand new to the game, then this is as good a place as any to start.
Yeah, there's the boards here. Again, it's kind of more muted, a bit less busy.
Yeah.
I think it's my favourite boards for many a season.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
So if you are interested in buying it, obviously do check out the links below in the description because there's a little affiliate link there to go and buy it from Willen Games, who are fantastic, and we get a little bit of a kickback as well.
Absolutely. And if you have enjoyed this video and you're new to the hobby, then do consider liking and subscribing so you can get all our content. We're going to be doing a beginner's series soon where hopefully you can learn how to play the game.
Yep, you can join us as we play the game live or watch them after the fact, and you can ask us any questions. And as with all those videos as well, if you've got any questions about Wintermaw, stick them in the comments below.
Until next time, we'll see you somewhere
in the Wintermaw.